In a world obsessed with appearances, social media has become the ultimate stage. Here, people parade carefully curated images of their lives, filtered, framed, and fantastically exaggerated. It's a highlight reel, a performance, an illusion. But behind the digital flex, there's often a reality too raw, too vulnerable to show. Today, we peel back that curtain. We'll talk about the kind of woman who thrives on online attention, who meticulously crafts her digital persona, who flaunts, teases, and plays the game. But when the likes stop coming and the messages fade, she's left alone with herself. And the silence is deafening. This is not about shaming or judging. It's about understanding the consequences of chasing external validation and how Stoicism teaches us to detach from these illusions. So whether you've crossed paths with someone like this or found yourself caught in similar traps, this message is for you. Let's begin. 1. The illusion of the online game. She posts the perfect picture. Angled just right. Lighting flawless. Caption sprinkled with faux wisdom or cryptic hints. Every post is bait, designed to hook attention, inflate her ego, and maintain the illusion of a charmed life. You might think she's living her best life. But what you're seeing is a carefully crafted highlight reel, not reality. And that's the trap so many fall into. Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius reminded us that external things are fleeting. Fame, beauty, wealth, they decay. The attention one gets online is no different. Today's viral post is tomorrow's forgotten memory. And the person desperately chasing that next hit of validation is often the most empty inside. A Stoic recognizes the difference between appearance and essence, between public applause and private contentment. 2. Why she flexes, the hidden insecurity. Behind the flex is often a fragile sense of self. People who constantly seek external validation are usually those who fear being alone with their thoughts. The online persona is a mask, one designed to distract from the emptiness underneath. She flexes because she's afraid that without the likes, she's nobody. Without attention, she feels invisible. And the modern world has conditioned many to believe that if you're not seen, you don't exist. Epictetus warned against placing your worth in the hands of others. If you want to improve, he said, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. In other words, stop caring about public perception. Care about your character. A Stoic seeks validation only from within. They ask themselves, am I acting with virtue? Am I living according to reason? Am I maintaining my inner peace? The answers to those questions matter far more than likes, shares, or followers. 3. The empty night. At night, when the phone's face stops glowing and the room falls silent, she's left alone with herself. And for many who live for online applause, this is the hardest part of the day. The Stoics believed that solitude reveals your true self. When no one's watching, when there's no one to impress, what do you find within yourself? Is it peace, or is it torment? For those who've built their identity around external approval, silence is terrifying. It strips away the distractions and leaves them face to face with their unresolved wounds. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can a man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." The tragedy is, many today cannot retreat inward because they've neglected their inner world for so long. 4. The consequences of chasing approval. Living for external validation is a dangerous game. It creates dependency. It makes you a puppet to public opinion. When your self-worth is tied to other people's approval, you're never truly free. You become desperate to stay relevant, to stay admired. And when the applause fades, as it always does, you spiral. Seneca, another great Stoic, warned of this dependency. He spoke of the importance of self-sufficiency, of cultivating an inner life so rich and resilient that you're unshaken by praise or criticism. A Stoic doesn't measure their value by trends or followers. They measure it by their ability to remain virtuous in the face of fortune or misfortune. 5. Why you shouldn't envy her. From a distance, her life might look enviable. The attention, the admirers, the curated perfection. But envy is a trap. The Stoics taught us to judge success by how well a person masters themselves, not how well they entertain others. If you envy someone's public persona without knowing the cost of maintaining it, you're envying a shadow. Her online game may be strong, but the price she pays in loneliness, anxiety, and constant self-doubt isn't visible in her posts. True strength is quiet. It's found in those who don't need to broadcast their victories, who find contentment without an audience. 6. The Stoic response: detachment and compassion. So how should a Stoic respond to people like this? With detachment and, surprisingly, compassion. Detachment means not getting caught up in the illusion. Don't let someone's digital bravado affect your peace. Recognize it for what it is, a performance. Compassion means understanding that this behavior often comes from pain. People flex hardest when they feel weakest. And while it's not your job to fix them, you can refuse to participate in the cycle of empty validation. Marcus Aurelius urged us to be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Don't waste energy judging others' illusions. Focus on your own virtue. 7. Building your inner fortress. The ultimate Stoic response is to build an inner fortress so strong that no one's approval or rejection affects your peace. Spend time in solitude. Reflect on your values. Cultivate habits that strengthen your character: courage, discipline, wisdom, justice. When you no longer crave applause, you become powerful. When you can enjoy your own company in silence, you've won a victory many never achieve. Seneca advised, "He who is brave is free." And the bravest act in today's world might just be refusing to play the game of superficial validation. 8. Final reflections. Her online game might be strong, but strength is not measured in followers. It's measured in resilience, in virtue, in self-mastery. The Stoic path teaches us to turn inward, to detach from what we can't control and focus on what we can: our character, our choices, our reactions. So the next time you see someone flexing for the crowd, remember, it's easy to look strong when you're performing. It's much harder to be strong in the silent moments, when no one's watching. And that's where the real test lies. Be unshakable. Be unseen if you must. Build a life so solid within yourself that no online applause, no absence of it, and no one else's opinion can touch your peace. That is the Stoic response. If this message resonated with you, reflect on where you might be seeking external validation in your own life. Catch yourself in those moments and ask, is this aligned with my values? Or am I chasing applause that means nothing tomorrow? Stay grounded. Stay true. And remember, the strongest are often the quietest. Thank you for watching.